So that means it's time to choose them all! Let's start in the row I had, like Yuri, Natsuki, Sayori, and then Monika. I want to spend my life with Yuri. I'm gonna go see if Yuri is still around somewhere. Of course, she might just be taking a huge break somewhere in the school. Somewhere, eh? I never really got to know Yuri as if I'm supposed to really know her know after all this. She might be a completely different person than I remember her to be. It's a very unique persona, I would say. She's just so smart and brave when she needs to be. My first thoughts were to come back to the literature club, but I get the feeling I'm not supposed to be there right now. Yu does like her books, so it might be a good idea to check out the school's library. A place I'm not really familiar with, since I never even visit the place. I entered the room and noticed very few people in here. Just to be in here somewhere. I take a look around. Right when I turn the end of the corner, a bright light appears. Yuri! I guess I can save you all here. No, I'm going to do it like this. Monika can be here. I'm assuming there's going to be an image for each of them. Huh? Right in front of me is Yuri. I don't know why, but I find it convenient to find her in the back where most of the horror books are. Hey Yuri. Oh, hello, Christina. It's nice to see you again. I was contemplating switching my save, which page of the saves I am again. You don't have to be so formal every time, you know? And this is why I wasn't sure yet if I wanted to change it, because there might be smiling sprites. Sorry, but formal greetings are my specialty. You're an odd one, that's for sure. May I ask, what are you doing here? That's what I want to know. What are you doing here? Instead of joining everyone else at the festival, you come here? I'm not very good with people. You know that already. Oh, right. Hardly forgotten that Yuri had a hard time bringing her confidence up when speaking our poems. I would think Monika might have sparked the plug to enlighten everyone, but I guess that just wasn't the case. Don't worry, since I hear you can keep me company. Really? I do enjoy your company, especially what you have done for me. Guess if I didn't know any better, I probably wouldn't be able to help. I could swear I heard you say that before. Huh? Well, now, what do you suppose we should do? I'm not really sure, honestly. What am I saying? The possibilities are out there and I'm swaying my head around it again. Think, damn it, think! We could, maybe take a stroll around the festival? I'm not quite fond of just walking. Oh! I don't mean just walk and browse around. I meant like us actually have some fun in our lives, you know? I'd like that. Shall we be off then? Sure. We begin walking through the crowd. It's just so uncomfortable getting by. I begin to hold Yuri's hand and attempt to push through the crowd without getting lost. It's fairly efficient and easy to get by. Where are we going exactly? We're going to take a look at the fortune teller booth. Fortune teller? Yeah, like one of those people who can tell your future and stuff. I know that, but why? Just want to know our good fortune. Shouldn't be bad, right? I suppose. We come across an interesting looking doorway that clearly shows a sign saying fortune teller. The door seems very well designed. This is from somewhere. We enter the room and find a very unique design choice. As a matter of fact, it's too unique. My. This place looks fascinating. I expect this to be bland, but this far exceeds anything I've ever seen. Welcome. Have you come to discover your fortune? Of course. Please have a seat. May Yuri take a seat. I'm still trying to convince myself that all this are just props. Everything in here looks legit. It's kind of scary just thinking about it. Oh no, not the magical wand. Now, what fortune brings you to a pond today? I haven't really given much thought. But I was wondering what future waits ahead. Isn't that something we should discover ourselves? Yeah, but I just want to be sure, you know? I see. Very well. I'll use my crystal ball to determine a possible outcome. The crystal ball started glowing. That's a pretty cool effect. Indeed. Keep it quiet now. The crystal ball requires silence for its full assets. Sorry. Is there something wrong? This is strange. Take a look at the crystal ball. It's as if you've came to this room before. What? Take a close look at the ball. Not only was it showing me and Yuri in the exact same spot we're in right now, there's other images that show within the ball I couldn't make out of. I paid close attention to see the 4 girls in the club. I recognized the hairs of each of them, showing Sayori, Natsuki, and Monika, but the faces... Christina, that's all of us. I know, but that's weird. It could be an echo. A echo you once called upon. Something only you can imagine. Don't worry too much. It's just a fortune-telling booth. Nothing too much of it. Hope you enjoyed this experience. And remember to keep your head up for what's best for you. Right. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Me and Yuri walk out of the room with some concerns regarding everyone. Before we know it, it was already getting dark. Oh my. It's already getting late. Yeah. Too bad we couldn't really spend much time going other places as well. That's okay. I really enjoy being with you. Although the experience was terrifying. Still had fun regardless. It doesn't have to stop here. I mean, we can always do this again, right? Of course. After all, I mean, it's, She trying to say she likes me? This is my chance. Although I feel like she's forcing herself. Hey, Yuri? Don't force yourself, okay? Besides, I already know what you're going to say. I didn't say it out loud, did I? Relax, I was only messing with you. Anyways, I already know what you're trying to tell me. She's blushing really hard. May have just blown it. First time for everything, right, Yuri? You may have had a troubled life, being all by yourself. Having to read books and be antisocial to everyone. Ever since you joined the literature club, that all changed. I'm glad to have met you and everyone. And I really mean it. Most importantly, I love spending time with you. You made me see how life can be from another world. Though I'm not sure if that makes any sense here. But you know where I'm trying to get at. Christina, Yuri? Romantic couple shot! Yuri suddenly gives an embrace. I can't hold back anymore. I have something to tell you. I'm madly in love with you. My heart just keeps beating faster and faster every time we meet. No, every day I see you, I feel excited and comfort. Yuri, I remember the night I had with her. From what I can tell, she's not used to this kind of feeling. Maybe she's trying to tell me how I can help her with this feeling. I'm not sure if I'm the right person to talk to about this. But I can't let this go to waste either. Yuri, we've been through a lot, and even now, life has a way of playing tricks on us. We can move on from our past and live a better future. Although I'm not entirely sure what to expect from this. But I know that I am here. I can decide for myself. And that starts with you, Yuri. I want to spend every day with you, to help you any way I can. Christina, do you accept my confession? I do. And I mean what I said. I'm glad. We don't have to rush into things. I'm just not used to all this. Don't worry. It's first for me too. I don't know for certain if what we experienced was just some sort of illusion. The future is truly full of surprises. The world around us may be corrupted for a certain cause. We may be living in a world of possibilities, but what's stopping someone from taking that away from us again? The world is cruel, and I wouldn't want to let anything happen to us again. I can only hope for the best. Next is Natsuki. I want to spend my life with Natsuki. I'm gonna see what Natsuki's up to. Alright. I ran across the schoolyard. I think I might have spotted her somewhere by the food stand. The food stand was rather crowded. I remember what Natsuki said before about the festival. Something about squid. I'm assuming it's somewhere around here. Shouldn't be too hard to find a short girl with pink hair, right? I wanted to make sure it's recording properly. I am a paranoid person. I also wanted to see... There's like credits here. But, I don't know if this... Nope. Because it didn't show credits right there. So I kind of want to check every area to see if I can find somewhere credits. If not, then, well, the mod is in the description, so... Oh. Oh no, this is, I think, from the original, actually, where it summons these images. And credits are not in here. Well, the mod is in the description, so... I guess you'll just have to check for credits, there where the description is. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I'm honestly concerned. But without any luck, it's actually tough to find her, considering her height. Man, stop making me feel bad. Makes me wish I was tall enough to even notice. It wasn't long until I actually find what I was looking for. It's a fried squid stand. By no Natsuki? Maybe she must have already came here. But confirmed she has been around, I asked one of the students of the area. Excuse me, have you seen a short girl with silly pink hair? An old girl with a tough attitude? Sounds about right. Yes. She just took off not too long ago when she came here. She's a little hesitant to buy fried squid, as if she didn't want to buy some yet. That could mean... Sorry, thanks for the info. I'll be back to buy some. No problem. Said she'll be back soon. I would suggest to wait, but I assume you're in a hurry. I'll keep that in mind, but thanks anyway. I would do as he suggested, but something tells me it would take a while. Instead, I close my eyes and think. If I were Natsuki, what would I be? Hello, Earth to Christina. Gah! How long were you standing there? For a full minute, you dummy. Frankly, I think it's a good thing I went with the Yuri first, because when I think of Christina, the name I associate, the character I associate Christina with, it would be Yuri. For some reason. I didn't see you anywhere. I was busy. Until I saw you. What? Never mind, let's just go already. But wait, didn't you want some fried squid? Eh? How did you know that? Educated guess? I'm so confused right now. Was she waiting for me? I could be overthinking this whole situation. Yes. Huh? I was waiting for you so we can get some fried squid. Gosh, is that too much to ask for? Actually, not at all. Good. Now let's order up, I'm starving. Did she hold her appetite for my sake? Or is her dad not treating her well again? Something's not right here. What's with that face? It's nothing. Okay then. Yeah. Natsuki walks up to the stand and waits for the freshly made fried squid. To my surprise, she actually has money to buy some for just the two of us. But I guess I worried too much after all. Here, eat some before it gets cold. These just came out. Wouldn't you wait a little before eating any? Well, duh. I just like it when it's hot. What kind of taste buds do you even have? I'm not sure if that's much related to, if this is as much related to her taste buds rather than her sensitivity or tolerance of warm and cold. I guess the tolerance of her warm and cold. Uh, the tolerance of warm and cold of her taste buds? Hmm. I'm assuming we'll get a romantic picture again. Since it's kind of, I'm still saving just to be sure. But, you know what? This is the end credits page. Natsuki begins to take a whole bite. I follow along. These are so good! Yeah, you may be right. The texture seems a bit of pudding, but after taking a bite I can taste a lot of flavor. It almost tastes like chicken. I never had squid, so I don't know. Actually, I had squid, but it's so long ago I don't remember. I think I didn't like it, but less because of the taste and more because of the consistency of the squid I had. Yeah, I remember. I was on vacation, and in the hotel they offered squid, and I was like, might as well try. And for some reason I couldn't enjoy it. My iced tea is empty. Yeah. I almost like the chicken I almost said. Where have I heard that before? After me and Natsuki finish eating, Natsuki a question that I thought about as well. Hey, by chance, have you been keeping up with Buffet Girls? I was just about to ask you that. And I thought you've been ignoring me this whole time. Just slightly. What? I'm just kidding, Natsuki. I honestly haven't gotten the chance to read it the stuff that happened yesterday. Oh, right. Something wrong? I want to read it with you. What? I said I want to read manga with you! But I want to check out this place first! Don't scream at me! Come on, we're going! Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me to the other areas of the festival to explore. But I was looking forward to reading manga. You can do that later. It wasn't long until dawn was reaching its peak. I still haven't gotten to read Parfait Girls with Natsuki. I guess what I'm seeing so far is that Natsuki really wants to spend as much time with me as possible, assuming manga isn't the only thing she had in mind. After we had our little fun playing mini-games at some parts of the school, we make our way back to the literature club. It's kinda dark in here. Yo, Christina. Yeah? Natsuki gives me a stern, happy face. Would you mind helping me get the Parfait Girls collection box? Oops, sorry. Of course. That's kinda out of whack. Natsuki was never this nice. Normally I get punched square in the chest for even trying to help. But I guess this time is different. I'll get a chair instead of a stool this time. It's much easier and safer that way, unlike your solutions. Are you trying to get slapped? Nope. Okay, take it back. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I went and grabbed a chair to stand on so I can reach the collection set. I didn't want to mess up like I did before, so I don't make a complete fool of myself. I got it. Okay, bring it down here on this desk. So what are we doing exactly? Guess! What could Natsuki want with the whole set at this time? I guess take them home? What?! This is literally the worst way to answer in my current situation, and you know that! Sorry, I wasn't thinking. I just need my dad's approval. Ah, I see. Is everything alright between you two? We're talking. That's a start, I guess. No violence involved? I would hope not. And could you put the frickin' collection down on the desk like I told you to? Oh, sorry, I forgot I was still holding on to it. I placed the collection set on the desk next to the window. Why do I recall being in this one spot? So anyways, about these collections, what are we doing again? We're going to read all of them. What? All of these volumes in one go? I saved the best for get to spend this much time with you. And if you're wondering how old I am, I'm 18. Not that it has to do with anything, and with literally anything. I mean, I guess. What manga are we reading? This was really unexpected. Sure, we agreed on reading manga together, but the entire collection? I think we didn't have much time left. More or less getting through a quarter of the volumes. How are we going to do this? Here, I'll start off. Let's see. Natsuki finds the next volume, and we sit down on the desk instead of the floor. Considering how dark it may be, it's easier to write due to the lighting of the moon outside. I must say it's quite a beautiful sight. I've seen this sprite somewhere before. Just Natsuki? So, what chapter are we on again? I don't know, really. How far did you get in the story anyway? Damn, I knew this was coming. I can't say I got far to know how everyone knew each other. You cannot be serious? You didn't read any of it, did you? Well, I really didn't have time for it. Ugh, fine. I'll let you off this time. Since this is like the rarest opportunity to read together like this. You're right. Natsuki gives off a long sigh. She seems a little off. Maybe she has something in her mind. What am I saying? This is our opportunity. If I don't say something now, then everything I've done leading up to this would have been for nothing. Natsuki? Yeah? There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Like when we were first hanging out at my house and having fun baking. Yeah, what about it? Well, I was wondering, just before I even tried to commit, fireworks start to go off. That scared me just a little. And before I get to notice, we do get a romantic scene with both of them. So I'm assuming we get a romantic scene with each of them. She has beautiful lighting in the hallway. And Natsuki gets fucking 3 images, and one of them is fucking a kiss with fireworks! This is happening, right? Her lips are soft. Do I taste strawberries? You're easy to read, you know that? Natsuki? Just say it already! Right. Natsuki, I want to go out with you since the day we spent time at my house. Having to bake with you and read manga all made it worth it. You know what I'm trying to say anyways. That's more like it. Of course I will. Dummy. Really. I'm just glad it's finally over, you know? For everything that's happened so far. You know it. For me and Natsuki finally confessing our own feelings. It almost feels unreal. Everything I've done to where I am now. It's like all was forgotten. And now we can move on. Who knows what future we would have now? I just know too little, but how can I ever repay a debt like this? How can I ever repay a debt like this? Probably more. I'm already going back to our lucky 7. I want to spend my life with Sayori. I'm gonna go now. Alright, just try not to strain yourself. I ran across the schoolyard. I know Sayori couldn't have gone far. The crowd in each area is so widespread, it can get harder to find Sayori. Damn, if I was Sayori, where would I be? Take a moment to think. And the only place I can ever think of is... I remember the time me and Sayori had our conversation in her bedroom. I told her that the sunshine would grow brighter every day from now on. I made a promise that I would be there for her as the ray of the sunlight, in order to make those rain clouds go away. I have to do this. I just slide open the door. Even so, I'm going to save these images as well. Even if I will overwrite them with love images later. Especially this one I also find very beautiful. The lighting is doing it for me very well. Her bow, however, is on the wrong side of her. That's fine. Everything's fine. The literal DDLC has it on one case. The bow on the wrong side. A ray of light was reflecting off a desk. Of course, I see Sayori within the light. Sayori, what are you doing in here? Sayori doesn't give me a response. It's like she has something in her mind. Sayori, are you feeling okay? I'm okay. Did she not get treatment after all? Even if she did, it would not be immediate. And if she got medication, then chances are either they don't work immediately, or you need to get through specific effects first before they kind of do what they're supposed to do. And some medication might just not work for someone, as does some treatment. You look like you've been spacing out for a while. I was just thinking about... Sayori? Was this about a presentation? Sure, everyone did well. So I seemed a little hesitant at first, but she was able to pull it off. Did you speak to a professional? I have. How'd it go? The doctor gave me some antidepressants. It helps keep my mind off bad things. Oh, that's great. But you don't look so happy. You were fine not too long ago. I was fine. Then what's the problem? It's just that... I didn't take them. Huh? I was supposed to take one last night and this morning, but I didn't want to. What? Why haven't you? I just forgot about it, that's all. That's a line, you know it. Sarah, we talked about this. I know. It's like something's preventing me from taking it. I don't know what I'm feeling right now. Sarah stands up from the desk. Every time I think of you, the rain clouds wouldn't go away. Whenever you get close, it only makes the rain clouds go ever so louder. I just want you to be happy without me. Sorry, don't do this again. After all we've been through, and I'm sure this is all new to you. This is all new to me as well. We get to live a better life this time around. I don't want to waste a single moment of it, because I'm here to tell you now. Christina, please don't do this to me. Let me be selfish once, Sayori. I know it's something that's been on your mind. I can see that you want me to be happy, but in all reality, you want more. But I'm not sure. Damn it, Christina, just tell already. Sayori, I want to tell you. Huh? I like you more than you like me. That didn't come out the way I thought it would. There's no way you like me more than I like you. Damn, I should have said it better. Screw it. Sayori, I changed my mind. I don't like you. Oh, I guess I should. I love you. Eh? What? You heard what I said. There's no way that you could like me more than I love you. And I meant every word, Sayori. I want to go out with you. Christina, I want to go out with you too. Heart is beating so fast. What am I feeling all of a sudden? Sorry. It's called love. Something that not a lot of people can feel nowadays. Something very important to cherish. It comes from the heart. People can share each other's true feelings. And I want to share those feelings with you. I've never felt this way before. Maybe in some other world, it's probably the most happiest girl on the planet. Or maybe I might have been worse. Sayori? Oh, what am I saying? Sure, we can live a better future now. Just like your friend said we would, right? That's right. From my hand to Sayori. Come on, it's getting a little dark out. We don't want to miss out on the fun now, do we? Nope, let's go! We both left off in a hurry to see what other activities were available. After all, I did want to spend the entire day with Sayori. I know she wanted this more than anything. And that's what I'll do. To be at her side, like the shining ray of light I am. We spent hours left of finding fun activities for us to enjoy. As clumsy as Sayori is, I really enjoy every moment. It wasn't long when the sun started to set. It was almost time to set off the fireworks. Sarah had an idea that came in mind. Oh, hey Christine, I have an idea! What's up? Come on, follow me! Sarah grabs my hand and takes us back to the school building. I wonder what came in mind. Going to the rooftop, maybe? Yeah! Sayori takes me to the roof of the school. This place is perfect! But for what exactly? For the fireworks, silly! Oh. It's about to start! Yeah? Whoa! Wow! It's so pretty! I see you're enjoying yourself. It's definitely a beautiful sight. Sayori around it just makes this a whole lot better. Sayori, are you crying? Yes! I'm just so happy. I won't stop beating so fast. And I hope you won't be such a need when we graduate. Where the hell did that come from? Sayori takes a step closer to me. Sayori? You make my life so much happier. I don't know how many times I said it, but my mind feels at peace. I'm glad, Sayori. We both pull each other into one unforgettable hug. It's one we both never felt since the very beginning. If I can recall, we never made it out to the festival in one piece. I can remember that terrible sight. Fate not to take for granted, but something to remind you of what happened before. Another fireworks scene! Why is it that Yuri is the only one who was not allowed to see the fireworks? Christina? Yeah? Can we stay like this forever? Of course. That's what being in a relationship is for, right? I guess. Turn that frown into a smiley face. I know you can do that. You always have. There you go. We even have now both of them smiling. That's the one I want. Sorry for the profusely saving profusely. I guess you're right. With her eyes closed and lips locked, gives my heartbeat running at a fast pace. I only wish to spend my life with Sayori. Once was my childhood, and now we are a couple. I've never felt so ever happy. This is my future, for now and forever. What's wrong? You look like you have something on your mind. I do actually, but for now, let's just enjoy the festival. Wouldn't want it to go to waste now. You're right. We begin taking a stroll around the festival. That's weird. Monika for some reason started to be happy that we're spending time together. I can already tell she's being concerned about something. I don't want to ruin this moment between us. This might not last long. Christina? Sorry, I was spacing out again. The sound is reaching its peak. Oh, it seems like maybe it's 2 fireworks and 2 in this hallway? Or like in this lighting? What's wrong? Been acting out of the ordinary recently. I don't know what to believe in anymore. Huh? Just follow me, okay? Alright. Without a moment of thought, I followed after Monika. Something is definitely off. We made our way back into the club room. Monika looks as if something went wrong during the presentation. Something happened during the presentation, Monika? No, the presentation went better than I thought. But that's not the reason why I brought you here. Well, what is it? I don't know how to explain this. It's not as though something really bad has happened. In fact, I think both of us should know how this all ends. Being awfully biased about it. It doesn't have to end here, I guess. What if it's not all true? I mean, we could just start over, right? Monika, stop doing this to yourself. What happened back there was the end of it. We can actually move forward. Even if it's just another non-canon world. At least it's not something to take for granted. Christina, I just... Sudden flash of light? What was that? I don't know. Hold on a sec. What is it? I don't know what's going on. This has never happened before. If anything, this should have stopped everything by now. It's a script error. How long has it been like that? I'm not sure. It's as if we were supposed to keep going like this. If problems start to reoccur and I can't do anything about it. I can't even access the main console anymore. What should I do? Monika, I think that was supposed to happen. What do you mean? What I mean, what if he's right? What if this was taken away purposely, so we can live a normal life? What are you getting at? I'm not really sure, but I got a gut feeling about it. Maybe it's possible that we can live a life without the use of such thing. Even though I'm sure he had something in mind when it came down to this. Like a failsafe. I don't understand. If he had just told me before he left, maybe I could have prepared for this. Probably had his reasons. Who knows? Maybe it was meant to be. The meant is always different. It's never spelled correctly. I would think he wanted us to live a better life in this timeline than the others. Or maybe that he wasn't sure of what the future might hold for us. He told us that we have a choice. We're not just some type of computer program bound by a script. We can do more, just like anyone could. It's funny how you say that, as if you're a real person. Maybe you're right. Suppose we both owe an apology for everyone? Yeah. It makes me think more about what other people might think. Whether it's a good or bad scenario, I can't help but think about how others would think of us if we were bound by the rules. I can see why one takes a liking to you. I don't think it's just me, Monika. But I'll take it as a compliment. All right. But that only leads up to one thing in particular. What would that be? This. I grab Monika's hand and pull into a tight embrace. And Monika gets a hug. But these two had fireworks and these two had the sunset something. I knew it. Knew what? That you'd choose me to have this very moment. I've no comment on how you would have guessed that. I have my ways of figuring you out. You really have no idea what I'm capable of. Besides, whether this is real or not, I still believe in the reality we live in. I know this moment won't last long, but I'm really happy this went as far as it did. Monika, this world means everything to me. I know it means a lot for others as well. I just have a feeling we're not the only ones who know that. So I don't have control of anything anymore. Maybe it is time we live a normal life. With just me and you, Christina. And with all our friends in the club. We can make the literature club the reality we need it. Yeah, I agree. Let's make it happen. I love you, Christina. I love you too, Monika. Oh, we also get a kiss! Our lips had finally met. All is not lost. We can begin anew. Start a new history. One step at a time. I know what I must do. I can live on my own terms. He taught me that life can't be a walk in the park, so now I will cherish this with Monika and move on to a brighter future. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else we can do. Maybe we could... I'm so sorry. Let's see if that has any influence and we get a little bad ending. Nope. Doesn't seem like it. So let me collect my thoughts real quick. think accuracy to canon is very difficult to analyze, but I still want to start with it. The reason why it's difficult for me to analyze is because, especially with Monika, it's difficult because so she kept repeating the same thing over and over, like a time loop. Was she stuck in a time loop, unable to change anything? Or was she actively engaging in repeating things over and over? Either way, she was reduced a little bit. Like her character development still was impacted a little bit by the looks of it. Like the fact that not with her last concerns or that she's jealous or something. Monika would probably still have that even if she somehow for some reason decided to come back to this world. The problem is, it really sounds like she was the one who kept repeating things over and over, but the problem is you can't analyze why she did that. Things I do feel like were a little off. The problem is, in the end, the mod was... we spent a lot of time with the characters, but I honestly feel like... Like, partially it was at the beginning... just the same events, just rehashed a little bit. And then the second half, for some reason, like even with the struggles that we then explored a bit more or less, we didn't even end up learning all that much about them. Like, it felt like the time we spent with them... I don't know how to phrase it. I'm not going to judge things like, the script has been deleted but the world still keeps going, like... That's fine, and you know what? If you just want to make a feel-good mod, that's also fine. I can't say much about No Name, because I have no idea where No Name comes from. I honestly don't think I'm going to rate accuracy to canon at all in this mod, because it's very... The only thing I can determine is that Monika felt off with the fact that she kept repeating and apparently... Like, they got that she, is like this perfectionist who feels the need to be kind of in control with, like, her console, and at the end the console was gone, and she was panicking over that. So honestly, Monika had her moments where she was in character, but... For the other three... The thing that feels off about them is more into the storytelling. You know what? Maybe I should just start the storytelling then. And maybe I'm just not going to do accuracy to canon in this case. I like having these two parts. But sometimes it's just not possible. For example, here I'm really struggling. Because something I just have to say about the story is that the world building... I don't expect too much from... Like, I shouldn't expect much from DDLC Mods. It's basically fanfiction. World building isn't that important. But, it was so messy, the world building. Like this other Monika, how was it created? It was apparently kind of like this Monika from Act 4, who was like, there is no happiness in the literature club. And when Monika herself decided against it, she kind of like split, I guess? And the part of Monika was still like, there is no happiness. Still just lingered somehow and then got into a fight with normal Monika. Then there's also the thing about no name, like, how does he function? Where did he come from? I don't know if he's a reference to something, but if he's a character from somewhere, actually. But if he is, then I feel like it should have been explored a little bit more so that people like me who might not know where he's coming from can kind of grasp still the basics of how he's there. The things that were a bit more troublesome with the other three characters, well, I'm not sure if it's like the characterization was off, but I think it's more just the writing is how their problems were resolved. I mean, Sayori especially. Like, I enjoyed her romance scene. I feel like it was still something... It was a bit nicer, but the entire scene in her room was literally just... I don't blame the MC for the same reason I don't blame the original game MC, because he's just a stupid teenager, doesn't know how to deal with it exactly. But like, it was phrasing it as if what he did was so great. He guilt-tripped the hell out of her and blamed her and shit. Like, he was shaming her actively. He said, I don't blame you, but then he proceeded to shame her for her feelings. And shame her for basically saying, you have a choice. No, she doesn't. He was essentially saying similar things to the original MC, just honestly, the only thing that was good that he said was, I can't do this all on my own. But the majority of the things he said were downright worse than in the original DDLC, but it was treated like he was helping Sayori. The things he said, maybe I'm just speaking from my personal experiences and from what I know from the people around me who struggle with mental health. But frankly, I don't see how anything he said there before that hug scene would have been very helpful to Sayori. And then Sayori's struggles were largely resolved until now this little ending sequence. Like, she came over again for the confession. And honestly, I feel like that was handled a bit better. I could understand kind of how just hugging her and giving no response at that point for now is definitely a bit better than just being like, you're my dearest friend, that's the best option for you. I love you, that's the best option for you. But the entire scene there, and afterwards, it was just treated like she was just going to do everything right away. Everything will be fine immediately. Yuri was kind of similar, like, he didn't even speak to Yuri about her, like, he suspected she was self-harming, but instead of asking her about it and showing that he had kind of realized that, he just took her arm and pulled her sleeve down without her permission. That's such a vulnerable moment, and he took it from her. What he said afterwards was also resolving it very quickly. What he said at large was okay, aside from his thought of that it's kind of hot, but you know what? Could have been just a random thought. I also sometimes think random weird shit. But it was once again resolved very quickly. And Natsuki too, like, we first see that he literally hit her and she was bleeding from her lips and she was scared. So we go over and then he's like, I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm pretty sure he maybe could have meant it, but then their relationship is kind of just pushed aside. It was kind of once again a little bit improved in the romantic scene where it's like, we're talking, it's a start. But once again, we just kind of went over and everything was resolved right away. With one scene with each of the characters, their conflicts were largely resolved. Monika can still kind of grasp because we were kind of spreading little seeds. We show appreciation towards her. We let her cry to us. We showed that we're not just going to leave her. We have this power of friendship moment that felt a bit... I'll mention in a moment. And then we kind of just reassured her, we're moving to a brighter future. It felt kind of more natural. So honestly, Monika's development was perfectly fine. My main problem with Monika really is just, did she keep doing the same things over and over for every timeline for 2 years? Because that doesn't make any sense. Monika can be delusional, but she's not stupid. And it doesn't really make sense for her character development either, unless you kind of pretend like this part of Monika was kind of the thing that her character development left her, and it was a very hopeless character development. Which would be true. But Monika seems to still have been kind of like her normal person with all her hopelessness and everything. Still thinking that maybe there's no happiness in the literature club. So that doesn't really seem very accurate either. I think the little romantic moments were perfectly fine the way they were. They were a bit, there were a few, it was a bit, some of these statements were a bit cliché or maybe too cheesy for me. But that's, I think, more personal taste, although some of these things were really like some of the statements he made were like, "You're sad, well here's a little line for you. Now be better." Serious moment of happiness can just be said like, depressed people can have little moments of happiness. Let's just say she experienced that very intensely in that moment. The MC for me was also... This again goes with world building. He realizes his world is a game. What are his thoughts? He doesn't have any. He just accepts it and then moves on. That goes for all of them. That was kind of something that I didn't like about the ending. They're like, we can live a normal life now. Monika might have been kind of the only one who suspected that the script was going to end. Until she realized the script was kind of broken, the script error and so on. But it still feels like they all just realized the world is a game. To a certain extent, there should be more feelings about that. All of their paths have been programmed. Natsuki had a poor relationship with her father to make her more to have this character. There's no further reason for it. Sayori, it's just like their past, all of what have their entire personalities up to this point have been predetermined. There are so many things that you need to consider when you actually realize your world is a lie, it's a game, it's a dating sim. All that was supposed to happen, you're there in that point of your life, not because you made it through your own achievements and talents and your determination. You made it to that point in life because you needed to be in that point of your life for the game to work. There are so many things that should be going on, and especially with DMC, it's just not there. There's just this one scene where it's like, am I going to still be in need? Am I going to die? But it didn't even feel all that serious. Maybe it didn't hit him immediately, but even when it apparently kind of hit him, it didn't make much sense. He thought about it, he had a few answers of oh, I can't be with a girl. I might not have a happy ending. Monika must die. Tragic. And about this last part with Monika being deleted and everything, that he thought about more, but the entire afterworld, even now where the world, since the script is broken, maybe you can convince Monika, but generally speaking, shouldn't there still be some level of concern, given how the fulfilling ending? I don't call it a happy ending because Sayori isn't happy at the end. At least not as happy as she would deserve to be. Because your entire world being fake, your entire entire existence being centered around being an appealing character to someone. Your friends, your achievements, all of it just being there because. Your own self not being real. Your own life being not limited in aging, but limited in how you can be. Because you can't grow out of the character you're intended to be too much. Sayori was never going to be fully happy. That's why the world still ends there. It's like she's to a level happy, of course, with how much we did for everyone, but she's not, you know, happy. In this world, it might still be achievable. Since the script was broken and the world is still going on, they're not limited anymore to, like, sorry, the fulfilling ending is like, we've reached the end of the game. Maybe the game was about to shut down in general, or it was going to be stuck in a loop, which isn't the case here. So you can say that that could be used as a comfort, but the thoughts still should still be more complex than just, oh, guess that's it then. It's just the entire, I guess it's kind of world building again, where it's like, the feelings, like, these feelings that come with being a game character should have been explored, but it's not explored with any of them, not even the MC, who kind of gained a level of awareness. Not even with Monika is it explored all that well, it's just described as she's lonely. But that's about the end of it, and she doesn't think too much beyond it afterwards. The power of friendship ending is also interesting. It was just too dramatic for my taste. Like there's no name, and he has like this little introduction sequence, and this dramatic music playing. I couldn't take it all that seriously. Had it been maybe a little different, I could have maybe taken it a little bit more seriously, even if it was the power of friendship. But I just felt kind of too, I don't know, specific anime maybe. Specific anime that I watched when I was a child, and maybe I associate those feelings more with that. I don't mind too much that it's like, oh, everything's fine now. Well, I would wish that we would explore more that not everything's going to be fine immediately. There's still going to be a lot of struggles they're going to be facing. But the fact that they can move into a bright future, I don't really mind that. I don't really mind either that the threat was kind of defeated. Those are things I don't mind. It had a lot of beautiful art as well, the mod. I'm trying to think. I kind of don't fully grasp all of the no-names, how he works, how he functions, what type of character he is. Especially since I have no idea who he's supposed to represent. It just kind of feels like he's kind of a bit of a plot device. My main issue really is mostly just the world building, because it won't allow me to fully grasp how, like, was Monika just doing the same thing over and over, or was it related to the other evil Monika? And yeah, the speed in which we resolved these girls' problems, kinda. A lot of the problems really come from the world building, because I'm pretty sure the way No Name functions is also kind of related to the world building. And the way that Monika's characterization is related to the world building. And the problem with characters not really thinking about what it means to be in a game, what it means for them, having absolutely no struggle with it. I guess it's not as much a problem with the world building, but it's a little bit related maybe. And then there's like the problem of the way these issues here were resolved so quickly. Due to the, like, we had one major scene, like, at the beginning we kind of just had scenes with these three that were similar to the main game. I felt like in the little scenes we had afterwards, they were mostly in character. I felt like Sayori did fine, mostly. I'm more concerned with the fact that the MC's guilt tripping and shaming was taken as something that was very good for Sayori, which I don't think it would have been. But Sayori herself, I think, was mostly in character and well written in that regard. Natsuki functioned well as a abuse victim, like not taking her abuse all that seriously, but still hating her father. It's just that her conflict was kind of unstructured. Like, we literally saw her get hit, and then everyone's like, please be calm. Be calm. And then the conflict is resolved on the spot. But I feel like Natsuki herself was written okay-ish. Like, as a victim herself. Had we explored a bit more how her journey continues, I felt like it would have been pretty well. Her standing up against her father the way she did also made sense for Act 1 Natsuki. Because Act 1 Natsuki still displays that she probably has a lot of fights with her father genuinely, that she does stand up against it, which is how the controlling and neglective behavior shines through. So I can see her just, even after getting hit, after feeling scared, when the situation is resolved, I can see her just prancing out and yelling at her father how much she hates him. I can kind of still see that as well. Yuri was mostly in character as well. And I'm talking a lot about the sexual thing to her self-harm. This I almost said the sexual edge. Jeez. They didn't talk too much about her reason, so I can't really tell if they understand that it's strong emotions in general. While the result is that she's high, it's strong emotions in general that get her to do it and everything, and that it's not just a sexual thing. But I feel like at large she was okay again, except that once again they sped through how she was feeling. Once again they neglected how he took this moment that was supposed to be hers of displaying her self-harm. How he had just taken a moment like that from her, pushing her out of her comfort zone, and it's supposed to just be like sometimes people do need to push pushed out of their comfort zone, but he didn't even try speaking to her. But I feel like at large the characters were in character. Monika as well, aside from the problems with these three mainly really is the problems. They get resolved so fast and it makes them feel a little bit out of character. Why should Sayori immediately after having this one great encounter of being shamed immediately be like, I'm going to do everything. I'll be fine now. Yuri a similar position. Natsuki was okay-ish, it's just that her situation getting resolved was kinda shit. the way it was that fast anyway. Her father still ending up caring somewhat for her is alright and everything. And Monika's main problem really just is is... Did she just keep doing the same thing over and over? Did she keep doing the same thing over and over? I think I can settle it with a 9 out of 10, with each of them being reduced a little bit. Because I just don't know enough. We honestly haven't seen too much. We had these scenes with them where we talked mostly just about their problems. And I think they weren't too out of character. The problem was more the way the problems were resolved. And Monika, yeah, the question. So I feel like you can't really say that the characterization per se was bad. It's just that the way the specific parts of them were handled could have been handled better. Combined with the world building and the fact that we just brush past what it means to be in a game, the story in general is for me between 5 and 6. I did enjoy it on some instances, and the art was great and everything. I did think the romantic scenes here at the end were very sweet as well. It's just that mostly the world building, I was just constantly questioning things. I was just constantly wondering how these things work. And I can't expect too much of something that is basically fanfiction, as I've mentioned. But honestly, I think I am. I just want to be honest. Was this the world building of a book? I would probably genuinely dislike the book. Honestly, I honestly think between 5 and 6 is already kind of the fanfiction, already including that it's kind of not that necessary to have these fanfiction elements more, to kind of already consider that it probably won't have the best world building or the most well-explained world building. But there are just so many things where I was just constantly questioning how does it work, and it honestly kind of dragged away from my enjoyment because I was constantly just wondering how exactly does it work? What is No Name? And in the end I never got even like a proper explanation what No Name really represents, like what he is. It's just like he's from a multiverse. Maybe he is part of something. But honestly, it didn't feel satisfying to me. I don't mind leaving specific things up for mystery. Like, I honestly don't mind the part that we don't fully get explained how the evil Monika get created. Okay, we don't get an explanation for that. It's just some part of Monika that still believes it's all hopeless and clings on to that. And thinks the only way is to find a happy ending would be erasure and just start over again, to create a new world again. I feel like that's perfectly fine already with that portion. Except for the fact that she was constantly also kind of just trying to create suffering. Like, deliberately suffering instead of just deleting everything. She could have just deleted everything instead of causing the suffering. Because if she just wants to delete it, what was stopping her from just deleting it? Why was she just trying to cause torment again? It's just that there were a lot of questions, and then there's the entire thing. I've mentioned it all before already. I do want to be on the softer side. It's fan content, it's free. And I did think it was mostly well done. A few spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. Sometimes I really missed the commas. But I could tell that they did want to just tell a story with the characters. That the characters do mean something for them. I could feel the love. It's just that they quickly resolved the issues too quickly. I think it was quite fun. They had a bit of fun definitely also with No Name and the power of friendship thing. Frankly, the more I think about it, the more I realize that this feels a lot like more... Yeah. I want to be nicer about it. I don't have too much to complain. I had mostly a good time. The The art was very sweet, very nice. I loved it. There was a lot of it too. Swaying between 5 and 6, I'm going to just give it the 6. Because honestly, I did enjoy it. It's just the constant questioning. I cared too much about world building. Frankly, the world building aspect is probably maybe more on me. Because what am I expecting? But I feel like things like the Sayori scenes and everything really could have been handled a bit better. The world building is on me. That's for sure. Once again, I wanting to end on a good note. I can really just repeat that I overall enjoyed the ending sequences. I wish they had a bit more maybe talking about life being able to progress and everything. Maybe thinking about more that the world was a game, but overall I thought the endings were sweet, and I enjoyed that you kind of had a parallel to the original game of you get a normal ending when you go one route, and when you spend time with everyone, you get kind of a better ending. In this case, not just a fulfilling ending, but actually a happy ending for each and every girl you can gift it. I thought that was very sweet as well. 6 and 9, because I reduced any problem I could have had with the characters, because the problem is it felt more like maybe like pacing problems or just unanswered questions. 15. Which would lead to 7.5, I believe. You know what? Yeah. I was thinking there's some mods I've put below it. And they had less questions, but honestly I really love this. I think partially I really just love the art and the endings. And the few things that came between that as well, like the way they managed to kind of spice up Act 1, to not make have too intense Act 1 syndrome, keeping specific scenes shorter, and everything. You know what, 7.5? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah. It was an okay mod. Definitely wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It just left so many questions. But that's me and my world building. I just brought up... I was talking at the beginning about the sparrow, and that's a... and that's something of pretty... I don't know if you can really call it world building. No, I would say it has pretty intense world building. I don't know what the second book is, I still have to read it. But... when you put those... You can't put them side by side, but... it might explain a few things. I should just leave it here for now. It was a good mod. I had a nice evening with it, or morning, given that it's 1 AM, shortly after 1 AM. I had a good time despite the questions, so yeah. Sad to have Monika crying in the intro. Right here as the last screen, but it's gonna be alright. We've seen them all happy. So I hope you all have a good night, evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever time it is for you right now. And I almost said sleep well and sweet dreams, because that's what I'm about to do. But generally, stay safe.